I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What do you mean, calm it down? It's a fight. Referees telling two fighters who want to fight to calm it down? He should calm down.
So he's like a clown in his show, man. He's not your guy.
Is Tyson Fury's back, and all you motherfuckers are under attack. Look, Eddie Hearn can say all what he likes. Who gives a shit what Eddie Hearn says? It's garbage.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
Can you let me retire and be happy? Please, just please.
Bombs away from the Bronx Bomber!
Wanda! Let's go, baby! Let's go! I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit. You got shit. I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
I got drunk, man. Are you kidding? No, you won the fight.
OMG, I am so excited.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yes. What is up? MCR family. Another live fight chat media reaction edition of Mixed Combat Radio. I'm Matt, the Hipster Hunter. Smash like button, share the show, subscribe. If you listen on podcast form, drop that 5-star review. Obviously, it is Eleider Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev 2 live fight chat. So join in, call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. Also, international callers, add Mixed Combat Radio on Skype. Phone lines will be open in a couple minutes at the top of the hour. I do apologize about the phone lines not being open directly when the show started. Just one of those things with the scheduling of the software. But digressing, Alvarez and Kovalev are in the ring. Last sort of fighter introductions. Sort of final thoughts before the fight begins. This is going to be a really fun fight. I can feel it. I think, well, first of all, the first fight was fun. I think the first fight was one of those, top 30 fights of the year in a way. On top of that, great comeback within it. I thought Kovalev was winning in the first few rounds. However, I thought we saw exactly what a lot of us were worried about when it came to Kovalev and Alvarez in terms of a technical, stylistic matchup. Alvarez is the more methodical, fundamental boxer of the two. Kovalev might be the more dangerous of the two, but maybe the fundamentals behind Alvarez's game, his jab, will be, again, the foundation of him winning again in a rematch. And also, what a crossroads path for Sergey Kovalev in this fight. If he wins, he's back in the mix with a lot of guys, a lot of fights that make him money. If he loses, this could be the end of Sergey Kovalev in a lot of ways, especially with his outside of ring criminal court case pending. But first round is starting now. If you guys want to sync up. Kovalev coming out really aggressive in the first round. I like that already. Taking the center of the ring, pumping out the jab a little bit more. That's good of Kovalev. Kovalev's entire game is predicated off of him measuring that distance and to find the range for that right hand. His entire game is that. So if he can't get his range down, if he doesn't use his jab in the right way, his game severely suffers as a result. Let's be honest. Again, not feeling out round. Alvarez on the back foot. I don't like how he's too close to the ropes. I think Alvarez, good jab to the body there. I think Alvarez should definitely try to win the battle of the jab, so to speak, between the two. Mainly for obvious reasons, because if you take away that jab from Kovalev, I think he doesn't land the right hand as efficiently for obvious reasons from a very fundamental boxing 101 perspective. But again, I'm highly curious as to how Kovalev, if he can't win the jab, does he have anything else around his game? Does the training with Buddy McGirt going to equal anything more substantial in his actual technical acumen? I don't know. And obviously we're going to find out rather shortly.
Start your show now. Press 1.
Since it appears you're calling back
good right hand
into
of the
a
body
live
there by
show,
Kovalev.
we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Good right hand of the body there by Alvarez.
Blog Talk Radio.
Phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. About a minute left in the first round. Kovalev doing a good job so far in this round, I think. Just being a little more active, controlling the real estate of the fight, where the fight is fought at, and also just being first. I mean, he's continually being the guy that's throwing the jab out there, finding the range. Alvarez has done a little bit better in the last, 30 seconds, 45 seconds or so, but, unless he's able to really switch things up, misses a good 1-2 there. I think this should be a clear Kovalev round. And again, Kovalev was winning the first few rounds of their first fight. So I assume that Alvarez, who is a notoriously slow starter, will also start kind of slow in this fight, as customary to his fighting style. Ooh, good left hand there to the body there by Alvarez. I already see a real target on that body for Alvarez to Kovalev. I think that's a smart move. Obviously, we saw that adjustment by Ward in the rematch, his targeted body work, and how effective that was. I think Alvarez is sort of picking up on that for very obvious reasons. Johnny Sin saying, did you watch the Teofimo Lopez fight? Yes, I did. I'm not going to break it down too much. If you guys want to call in and talk about it, I will gladly talk about it. I'll give my full breakdown on that on our review show, which will most likely be tomorrow or Monday. But check out the channel, again, for those days when we break down the entire card in its entirety. And also we're going to break down the Ted Cheeseman card, who lost in a big upset against Sergio Garcia. And plus just the rest of the undercard. Oscar Valdez fought as well and picked up another win off of a comeback fight, a tune-up fight, since his broken jaw in the win against Scott Quigg. Plus, obviously, check out the rest of our channel for our UFC content, because we did do a live fight chat media reaction for UFC Fortaleza, Jose Aldo versus Renato Moicano, and Rafael Santos versus Marlon Moraes. Second round starting, ladies and gentlemen, for Alvarez versus Kovalev, 2 minutes and 50 seconds if you want to sync up. Kovalev doing, again, good work. I mean, taking the center of the ring. I think he's trying to be active, trying to be first. He's not allowing Alvarez to get creative in any aspect. I like that. And again, the jab is so crucial for, I think, both these fighters. I think both fighters are really predicated, and their entire game is predicated off of the jab. Alvarez landing a good combo of the body there. Kovalev, though, starting to headhunt in a way. I haven't seen him really target the body. Good uppercut there by Kovalev, but Alvarez landed a good left hook to the body at the same time. That's money in the bank in a lot of ways, though, as the old saying goes. Ooh, good right hand there by Kovalev. Good jab by Alvarez. This is going to turn into a very interesting technical matchup between them, regardless of it being a very entertaining fight, which I think it is. Even the first fight was. Just how these two guys are trying to figure out each other, trying to figure out how to land that huge right hand. You can tell there's a lot of thinking there. Oh, good right hand there by Kovalev. A little short right hook on the inside. Grazing shot, but it moved Alvarez. Good jab to the body by Kovalev. Good right hand to the body there by Kovalev. I think he's doing a very good job right now of being first. Right hand partially blocked. Kovalev again, tripling up on the jab. Right hands land. Alvarez trying to fight back, but I think he's just being a little bit ineffective right now. I think in a way he is losing the jab, the battle of the jabs right now, and that is hurting his game. Ooh, good 1-2 there by Kovalev. Really good work here, actually, in this round. Probably a better round for Kovalev, actually, than the first round. He's landing the right hand a lot more in this round. Good uppercut there on the inside. Both guys missing on jabs. Less than 30 seconds in the round. Good right hand to the body there by Kovalev. Alvarez needs to start being first. it's clear that he's playing second fiddle right now. And again, it's early. It's in the second round. But he needs to be first quickly in this fight, in my opinion. Because Kovalev is starting to land that right hand a little bit, and that's concerning. Even though Kovalev has a lot of flaws, that right hand is still a very powerful shot, and pound for pound wise, one of the better shots in the game. Second round is over. Clear 10-9 again for Sergey Kovalev, 2018 so far. This could turn into a close decision, especially if Alvarez starts turning it around. Kovalev looks like he's game. I'm going to quickly go to Santiago on the phone line to see what his thoughts on the first two rounds are. Santiago, how you doing?
Doing good, dude. Obviously on the line just to give my color commentary, or at least my opinion from this a la Harold Letterman. Yeah, he looks exactly like he looked like to me, at least in the first two rounds. Obviously, we're seeing that he's technically sound. He looks good. The thing that I have to wonder, as was the case in like the Ward fights and in the last fight, was how well his conditioning is going to hold up and as the fight progresses.
I agree. Thank you, Santiago. We're going to go right back to you. Harold Letterman style. I like it. Third round starting 2 minutes and 50 seconds. You want to sync up? Both guys exchanging some really good shots here in the opening seconds. Oh, God. Kovalev just pressuring him, throwing combinations. Alvarez, because his game is, again, fundamental and a little bit basic in a sense, he sometimes lacks creativity, lacks innovation in his game, obviously. And him not being able to get back into the game a la the jab, I think is grinding his whole game to a halt. And like Santiago said, this happened in the first fight as well, and I've said this before. How he sort of got out of that was, again, sort of body work. It was just the accumulation of that body work. Also, Kovalev wasn't as active in the first few rounds. It was a slower fight in a sense in the first 3 rounds. Of their first fight, in my opinion. Kovalev is a far more active, almost combination puncher right now. I like it. Buddy McGirt definitely has done a good job, I think, with Kovalev, at least getting him over just being a plodding sort of sniper at that right hand. He can be far more than that. Right hand misses by Alvarez. Alvarez definitely not in range. That's a big issue for him right now. Again, ladies and gentlemen, call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue for international. Add Mixed Combat Radio on Skype. I think it was a low blow or something as the ref sort of said, hey, be nice to each other, whatever he said, some stupid shit. Ooh, good body work there by Alvarez. A little bit low on that final left hand, but that was a good 3 or 4 piece right there to the body. Goes to the body again. Definitely seeming to try and take the Andre Ward playbook here in the rematch. Let's see if it works out for him. $20 left in the third round. Johnny Sims, I'm not going to answer your question because it's a stupid question. Why would I do that? Good right hand to the body there by Kovalev. Good jab by Alvarez. Another good jab by Alvarez. Alvarez looking a little more, awake. I don't know if that's the best term, but he looks a little more, awake. The first 2 rounds, he looked very lackadaisical. Definitely needs to turn it up here. Again, third round, Kovalev's round, 10-9 again, clearly. 3-0 for Sergey Kovalev so far. As we entered this fourth round, I think Alvarez Alvarez needs to start pairing the jab and landing his jab over on top of it and attack with combinations. He needs to make Kovalev uncomfortable. Right now, Kovalev is far too comfortable and composed in there. And Kovalev's one of those guys and one of those fighters where when the second he is not in control, he falls apart. So Alvarez needs to take control back in some form or fashion. Whether it turns into a little bit more of a mauling affair, I don't know. But he needs to sort of amp it up a little bit. Walking straight back to the ropes and allowing Kovalev to out-jab you is not the way to do that. Good little tapping combination there by Kovalev. Kovalev gets into this position where he's staying like in mid-range and, pepper like a little four-piece. None of them are really landing, but it's volume. It's activity. And that is always good in the eyes of the judges. Hardcores might dismiss that because it's not landing, it's not effective shots, but judges might, because judges aren't nearly as smart as hardcore fans, let's just be honest. Missing combination there by Kovalev. Ooh, left hand down low. Ref is talking about headbutts. No one was complaining about headbutts there. Santiago saying in the chat, one of Kovalev's issues has been his limit of 1-2 combos in his repertoire. Absolutely agree. His lack of a left hook, right? Uppercuts. His lack of a varied punch combination. Yeah, those have always been an issue for him. Kind of Mikey Garcia-like in a way. No, though not nearly as flawed in that capacity. Speaking of Mikey, not nearly as flawed as Kovalev. Not Kovalev being nearly as flawed as Mikey. Just for those who maybe not have understood that. Minute left in the fourth round. Again, Alvarez is being second fiddle right now, and I think that's hurting him. Kovalev not landing a lot in this round, but Alvarez is not throwing a lot, not landing at anything at all, really. It's hurting him. Activity means a lot. If you're landing some good body shots, but Alvarez is landing a ton of jabs, he's throwing a bunch of combinations, and even if only 25% of that is landing, it still is it's the better style to have. It's the better game plan to have. It just is, for obvious reasons. Good jab there by Kovalev. Good right hand to the body by Kovalev as well. Another good right hand to the body there by Kovalev. Really bad start to this fight for Alvarez. It's okay for him to, let's say, drop a few rounds at the beginning, but Kovalev is looking good. You know what I mean? If Kovalev was just winning by a razor-thin margin and it wasn't like he was landing shots, it would be different. I would say, it's a slow-paced fight, and Alvarez is just taking his time. No, you can't be a moderator because I don't know who you are. That's just weird. One thing about live fight chats, man, some weird people turn up. Weird people. Digressing. However, with this fight, with how it's turning out, Alvarez is eating far too much punishment in my mind in these early rounds to feel comfortable with it. Not that Alvarez can't turn it around. He absolutely can turn around. He is that talented. But I really, really don't. I'm concerned about potentially Alvarez is eating far too much punishment early in this fight, and Kovalev being able to sort of just mount up a offensive, volume about it. My dog is barking. I can't believe that. Hold on one second. I do apologize. I do apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. My dog was barking. It does happen. 5th round, 1 minute and 30 seconds if you want to sync up with us. Let me quickly bring in Santiago as I did miss the last, 30 seconds or so. Santiago, what did I miss?
Oh, not much. Still pretty much the same story thus far. Like we used to say once the fight started taking a particular tone, Kovalev is controlling the round. He's getting a little bit better take with his punches, and definitely has Alvarez being a little bit more hesitant to throw his punches. So you haven't missed much.
Thank you, Santiago. Make sure I didn't miss like a knockdown or something. You never know what you miss. Yeah, I want to bring Santiago back. Santiago, if you were training Alvarez right now, what sort of technical analysis would you give him to sort of switch it up? How would you break down to Alvarez how to adapt to Kovalev's game plan as it stands?
If Alvarez was running with the mindset of trying to do what he did in the last round and wear Kovalev off, definitely the first key thing I would want him to do is to keep working that body, make his setup shots to the head and make his strong shots to the body, wear him down, because even if he is just trying to wait him out, he's still giving away the rounds. And if Kovalev is allowed to pace himself, he's going to keep control of the fight. So definitely keep working the body, keep throwing feints up, jabs, and finish off with the body shots.
I agree with a lot of that. The round has ended, and again, it's just been a clear dominant showing for Sergey Kovalev. Thank you, Santiago. I'll come back to you, play a couple of rounds. But if nothing changes, God, I don't know what to go back to you for. Just to repeat what I've been saying. To sort of echo what Santiago was saying. If Alvarez is sort of thinking, I'll just repeat what the first fight was, where I came back. From a deficit and won via vicious KO. I will say, man, this is not the Kovalev to be doing that against. This Kovalev looks a better version than the one that you fought. And on top of that, Alvarez just hasn't really put in nearly enough body work for me to feel comfortable that this turnaround is happening anytime soon. It's going to be curious to see what Alvarez sort of switches up here, since I think this is the 5th round, 6th round. Yeah, 6th round, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. We want to sync up. He needs to start switching up now. Like the halfway points here. Kovalev is about to win the first 6 rounds off the bat. You need to start winning some rounds. Ooh, good right hand there by Alvarez. Good combination. And again, get in that mid range. Oh, good right hand there by Alvarez. Oh my God. Watch him just all of a sudden turn it around and just start landing shots and knock out Kovalev. Be fucking hilarious. Kovalev, though, firing back. I like it. Oh, good right hand there from Kovalev over the jab of Alvarez. But Kovalev is so... His pattern is so predictable that if Alvarez can't figure it out, I'm really concerned. Because again, it's a 1-2 really in a lot of ways. He might mix up that 1-2 and speed and variation and and volume, but come on, you need to be able to figure this out. Good double left hand to the body though by Kovalev. I like that. Oh, another good left hand by Alvarez to the body. It's a better round here for both guys. Both guys opening up. Play Alvarez's best round as well. If Alvarez keeps this up, he actually might win the round. Let me know how you guys are. Not scoring it, but has this been a clear shutout in your mind, obviously? And on top of that, let me know in the chat what you think Alvarez should do to switch it up. How he should adapt to what Kovalev is doing. Always like hearing from what the hardcore fans think and say. Right hand by Alvarez landing. Kovalev doing a good job, just doubling up, tripling up the jab. Trying to reestablish range. He's allowed Alvarez to be on the inside a little bit too much in this round. Right hand, left straight. Right hand, just jab for Kovalev. That jab landed very well. Ooh. God damn. Both guys threw overhand rights at the same time. I think Kovalev landed more. And he followed up with a good combination. But Alvarez is standing right there in the pocket trying to give it back to him. Really good stuff here. Some weird people in the chat. Santiago, please make sure you're looking at that chat if you can and blocking these people. Weird. That was a good round. I'm still hesitant to give that to Alvarez because I think I want to give to him just because it's his best looking round thus far. He's looked the best. He's done the most in that round as he's done the entire fight combined probably. But Kovalev is still landing a lot of good shots. Let me quickly go to Santiago and see what his thoughts on that round was, and if that was a foreshadowing of the change of the fight we're about to see. Santiago.
So it was a much closer round for sure. I still gave it to Kovalev, but we are entering that peninsulant 7th round where everything changed in an instant. Kovalev did take a pretty good shot, and he looks okay. I like his defense. It's a lot better than it was the first fight. But we're definitely going to see right now, make or break, whether or not his conditioning and his chin can hold up.
Agreed. Thank you, Santiago. 7th round has started. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. You want to sync up. Kovalev being very active in this round to start it off. Ooh, good double hooks to the body there by Alvarez. Does it again. BB King saying, "Where's Rob?" I think Rob's asleep. BB, I do apologize. Rob's. Don't worry, Rob's not going anywhere. It's just that he's probably asleep right now. He's an old British man. He can't hang out at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. like some of you young guys out there. Ramsey, the coach of Alvarez, is definitely telling him and yelling at him to just keep pressuring him, keep it up. And I agree. Every time Alvarez has thrown at volume, gone the body, and been up close, he's been highly effective, and he takes Kovalev out of the game. Good left hook there by Kovalev, I should say. Both guys trading jabs. About a minute and a half left in the 7th round. For the last round to be really close, competitive, I'm really impressed with how quickly Kovalev took back control in this round. I was not expecting that, I'll be honest. Both guys just trading jabs right now. Again, sort of a similar round of what we've seen most of the time. More of a controlling round for Kovalev. Alvarez, I think, has just, I don't know what it is. It's odd. Because it's not like he doesn't look like good left hook there by Alvarez. It doesn't look like he's tired or anything. I don't get that sensation that Alvarez is tired, that he's out of his depth there. It just looks like he's just not, that he has no game plan. Like he's just walking in there. Ooh, good right hand there from Alvarez. That might have hurt Kovalev. No, I think Kovalev is good. That was a stiff right hand though. Damn. About 10 seconds left in the 7th round. Good tactical fight so far, but a rather dominant fight, I would say, so far. For Sergey Kovalev. 7th round has ended. Another 10-9. clearly. I've given every round for Sergey Kovalev. He has 7 rounds now in the books. If you're, what is it Mark Ramsey? Is that the coach's name? Santiago, help me out.
Yeah, it's Mark Ramsey. That's the trainer of Eleider Alvarez, who also trains David Lemieux.
Yeah, he definitely needs to get some sort of, Teddy Atlas inspirational speech right now. Tell him he's fireman and he needs to go out there and put out the fires, because he's not doing well in this fight at all.
This is when you need a midi on the line, because chances are we won't know that unless one of us speaks French.
That's definitely true. I'll say it this way. I don't know what he is saying, but the body language definitely looks urgent, so I like that. It definitely looks like he is sort of trying to impass some sort of sense of like, hey, you have to get your foot on the gas. Oh, damn, good little 5-piece combination to the body there by Alvarez to open up the 8th round. I like that. Keep that up. Another good jab to the body. That real targeted, precise combinations to the body that Alvarez has sort of employed throughout the fight hasn't been enough, but it's definitely been the blueprint to how to beat Alvarez. It's just he hasn't, capitalized on enough. He hasn't pushed the buttons enough, unfortunately. It's just odd. Yeah, Santiago, that person in the chat, I don't know how he keeps coming back. We keep blocking him, and he keeps coming back. I don't know how that's possible. Weirdo. Two minutes left in the 8th round. Good right hand to the body there by Alvarez. I should say Kovalev. Little double jab, right hand there by Kovalev. Even when Alvarez has the center of the ring and he has Kovalev's back, close to the ropes, he's not capitalizing on any of it. It's so unfortunate. I don't know what's going on in his head right here. You would have to be a mind reader to understand, what Alvarez is thinking. Maybe Kovalev is just, again, being that much better than him. Maybe his jab, his timing, his sense of controlling the pace of the fight, the distance of the fight. Maybe that's just far and away better than Alvarez, and that expertise he has is allowing him to really make Alvarez look not like an amateur. That'd be far too harsh, but making Alvarez look like he doesn't belong here in a sense. When everyone thought, Alvarez was jumping into this fight and he was going to lose the first time, this is the fight people thought we were going to see. Instead, we had this huge comeback KO that was a great fight, one of the better fights of the year. Again, top 30-ish fight of 2018. In this one, it's just a rather one-note dominant affair from Kovalev so far. It's the 8th round is about to end in 15 seconds. It's another round for Kovalev. It's about to be 8-0. And Alvarez is still just waiting, it seems. I don't know what he's waiting for. It is quite odd. When he had momentum in that, I think it was the 6th round, he just chose not to follow up on that momentum at all. And that, again, we would have to sort of sit down and ask him and question him why that is, but that was a big lost moment, in my opinion, for Alvarez, was that falling round after that 6th round where he chose to take it off. He should not have done that. I think that has potentially cost Alvarez the fight, because it's been another really two good rounds for Kovalev. And yeah, Alvarez is landing shots here and there, but Kovalev, like Santiago said earlier, Kovalev's defense is far better. Like, his ability to sort of roll with the shots, I think, is a little bit better. He's blocking shots far better than he's had in the past. This is just a better Kovalev. I think Buddy McGirt, great great sort of pairing in my mind with Kovalev, at least from what we've seen so far. Okay, this has been a better version of Kovalev than what we've seen in, pre-Ward, I would say. Like, we haven't seen Kovalev this good since, Muhammadi, way back in the day, and even then, I don't think he used the jab as good back then. On top of that, composure, like the mental aspect. And for a guy that is, going through, I think it's an assault and battery charge right now in case, mentally he looks like he's dialed in and focused. Looks to be that way. Ooh, I like that from Kovalev. He sort of teased him with the right hand, almost like a Loma or Crawford status, and then right back with the left hook after it. I like that. Kovalev is getting a little bit comfortable in there right now, like opening up a little bit more, a little more creative. I like that. Landing really good shots here in this 9th round. About a minute and 45 seconds left in the 9th round. Again, Kovalev just opening up and just landing really good, clean shots. Alvarez, though, to his credit, really tough guy. I mean, Kovalev, for being one of the heavier hitters in boxing, Alvarez has took all of these shots really well. That's a definite big credit to him. Aaron Munoz in the chat with a really good question saying, is the Crusher back or is Alvarez giving it away? Santiago replying in the chat saying, could be a little bit of both. McGirt might just be a good fit for him like he was for Gotti. Not as dynamic, but still see some improvement. I see a lot of technical improvement. And again, like there's something about mental space. I mean, a lot of fighting is just the mental warfare of your own self, right? And I know he didn't really want to talk about it with Mark Kriegel, but there's something there. There's either went through some real depression period in his life, dealt with some sort of substance issue. I have no idea, but he's definitely had some demons that he had to deal with, and he just looks better in this fight, to be honest. But back to a little bit of what Aaron brought up. I think this is a lot more of the Crusher being back. Oh, good left hook there by Kovalev. Because again, he didn't look good. This is one of his better performances of his career. Like, we need to put that into context here, ladies and gentlemen. Can you name a more dominant, a more clear-cut Kovalev win so far? And again, we're assuming that this fight doesn't change in any way, and Alvarez doesn't have this miraculous comeback win. But if, let's say, Kovalev, rolls on for a decision win and he wins all 12 rounds, does Kovalev have a better win in his career? No, this would be probably his best win to date. So I think it's more of a credit to Kovalev being back. Not really to Alvarez giving it away. Plus, with all of what we heard from Alvarez post that win over Kovalev in the first fight, he went back into training camp immediately. He's been constantly dedicated to the sport since that first fight. So I'm assuming, based off of the reporting that that's been out there about that, I doubt we have an Alvarez now that got cocky and didn't train for the fight. No, I think Kovalev just switched it up. Found a good chemistry with the coach and got his confidence back. He's got his groove back. Come on, that happens. 10th round, 2 minutes and 45 seconds if you want to sync up. MC Treasure saying Alvarez isn't applying enough pressure, though. He is marching forward and shelling up, but not throwing enough. Absolutely agree. Seems he is relying and hoping on one big overhand right. He definitely is. Maybe a left hook, but he's almost like Lamont Peterson style, like just walking forward, the high guard, eating shots, hoping to land a really good either one piece, maybe a two piece, and that's it. That's really it. He is not his individual tactics for this fight have been decent. Speaking of Alvarez, I think the body work has been really good. I think the times, I think choosing to take some rounds off is obviously a very good thing in the higher level. I think the times he has applied pressure has been quite effective. However, there's no tendons, there's no ligaments between these individual tactics. So it all falls apart, all crumbles upon itself because there's no connective tissue between what Alvarez is doing in these individual moves to create a momentum, to create a overall strategy, a overall game plan, and execute upon that. When you don't have that connective tissue between what you're trying to do, it's hard to fully be effective in your game plan. While Kovalev has had, again, to use that word, connective tissue, it's purely been that. All the tactics he has employed in this fight has combined with the overall strategies implemented, and he has capitalized on it rather effortlessly. It's good combination there by Kovalev as you open up. Landed a good left hook there. But yeah, just honestly, fantastic performance from Kovalev. I know like he's not a great guy, but this is a really great performance. And the conversation about how we deal with fighters like Kovalev, fighters like Marcus Brown, fighters like Adrian Broner who have, pending legal trouble of a domestic violence, sexual assault, battery aspect, and how we sort of, again, deal with it as a collective sporting culture and community. Again, that conversation needs to happen. It's just not one I'm going to have tonight. Just a little disclaimer, a little PSA. Definitely one I might have on Monday or Sunday show, whenever that full review show is. But right now, this has been a fantastic performance from Sergey Kovalev. And that's just quite obvious. Again, probably his career best as we enter this 11th round in the championship rounds. And again, I mean, Kovalev being back is now a very interesting aspect to the division. Because you have guys like Artur Beterbiev, Alexander Vazdik in this division at ESPN on the same network that Sergey Kovalev is on right now. Carlito is saying, is the fight done? No, we have 2 more rounds left in the fight. Kovalev has won basically every single round in my mind. Looked fantastic. But speaking back to what Kovalev can do going forward, a lot now that he's quote-unquote back. And plus, he is still relatively the biggest name in the division. I think we need to get that straight. He probably does the best numbers, especially when he's winning and being pushed heavily. He's doing better numbers than Beterbiev, Vazdik, Bivol. He's doing better numbers than all these guys. 11th round, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Good combination there by Alvarez. Alvarez needs to open up. He definitely needs. He needs the KO here. If he doesn't get the KO, he's losing this fight, 100%. Good jabs there by Sergey Kovalev. Both guys trading good shots here in the 11th round. 2 minutes left in the round. Kovalev looking, in terms of gas tank, looking quite well. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to slot. Oh, good right hand there by Eleider Alvarez. But he walked straight back after it. A little show me left hook, right hand over the top. And then what does he do? Instead of following up with another combination, pressuring him, takes 2 steps back. Crazy unfortunate. Carlito saying was not expecting to wake up to a Kovalev win. I don't think most people were. You're absolutely right about that. Rumors are winner could fight Yard. I don't think that happens anytime soon. Yards can take at least another 18 months to build up, in my opinion, if not another 2 years, full 2 years. Yeah, there's no reason to put Yard in with any of these guys right now. Let's be honest. I would rather see like a Kovalev versus. He might take an in-between fight, but like Kovalev versus Artebedoviev next, Kovalev versus Vajicic next. Like those are the fights. Let's just make it happen now. Maybe a Marcus Brown, maybe a Badu Jack, maybe who else? Bivol's over there on the zone. Throw out Bivol. Fuck it. Like, why not? Like, let's create something here. Bring up a Callum Smith from 168. Like, Anthony Yard, I don't want to see that. God, Kovalev's work rate just insane. I haven't seen any punch stats. To be fair, I haven't really been looking either, but I haven't seen any punch stats yet. I'm very curious what they are. Alvarez is taking a lot of punishment, though, and as the later rounds have drawn on. 11th round is over, ladies and gentlemen. We have one more round left in the fight. Call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. If you're international, Skype, Mixed Combat Radio. Add me, and I will bring you on. No problems. After the fight, we will go through callers and head on out of here. Give my sort of thoughts, wrap-up thoughts on the fight. Ooh, good right hand there in the highlight reel by Alvarez. Just didn't follow it up. That's been a clear issue for him. Alvarez 110% needs a knockout. Carlito's saying better be on top rank now, so it should be easy to make. Yes, but Kovalev necessarily is not. I know it's sort of thought of that he's the ESPN fighter, but I think that he could make a move somewhere. He could go to the zone easily. He's still main event. He's not top rank. Santiago saying Kovalev looks exhausted. I don't really agree with that, but Alvarez looks frustrated. Definitely agree with that. I don't think Kovalev looks exhausted. He may look like he's done a lot in a 12-round fight, but I don't. Exhausted is the wrong word, in my opinion, Santiago. Like, he's still throwing more. He's still landing more. It's hard to be the exhausted guy when you're throwing and landing more shots. Good right hand there. Another good right hand there by Kovalev. Kovalev's accuracy in this round, this fight has been just impeccable. Honestly, like, that's always been an underrated aspect of his game is how accurate of a puncher Kovalev is. He's not some brutal slugger. He's a very accurate sniper in a sense. And he kind of fell in love with that right hand. That's in the sniping of it, obviously, in a big portion of his career. But really, oh God, right hand, left hand following, really hurt Alvarez there. Holy shit. I wonder if it wouldn't be the smart move to make, obviously, but if Kovalev was a younger man, if he wanted to turn up a little bit, he could probably get Alvarez out of here. But right now, he's just dominating. And I think being at long range, obviously, is where he wants to be. And not stay in the mid-range, not stay on the inside for any period of time. Because Alvarez could still land a shot out of nowhere and could change the fight. A minute left in the fight. Kovalev fans on the back going nuts. I love it. Oh, Alvarez got a little stunned there. Oh, God, that right hand by Kovalev. About 40 seconds left in the fight. An amazing showing from Sergey Kovalev. Santiago saying Kovalev hits like a puncher who thinks like a boxer. Definitely sort of agree with that sentiment. Very poetic. Kovalev just dancing around, landing shots in the final 10 seconds. Looking absolutely fantastic. Truly, truly impressive. Oh, God. Right hand as the fight ended. Great performance from Sergey Kovalev. Wow. I mean, Santiago had 12-0. Kovalev, again, 12-0. Kovalev. Let's go to Santiago. Excuse me. Let's go to Santiago right now. Again, call in 323-870-4051. Press 1 to get in the queue. If you are international, add Mixed Combat Radio on Skype. Santiago. Santiago giving no fucks today. I love it. Santi, how you doing?
Doing good, dude. Very impressed with Kovalev's performance. Obviously, as you saw my scorecard, I got it 12-0 Kovalev. I'm sure one of the judges may give Alvarez 1 or 2 mercy rounds. Maybe they give him the 6th round. But all in all, I like the improvements I've seen, and definitely for me, the most noteworthy factor is his head movement. Like, I can't think of another time where I saw him just barely slipping those punches by. Like, yeah, he was getting caught, but when's the last time you saw him, like, almost, nonchalantly just slip those shots like he did,
Mm-hmm.
I personally can't think.
I agree. It was effortless in a lot of ways. I mean, this was the best Kovalev performance of his career.
Definitely, hands down to Kovalev and his improvement, being in a better mind space, and hopefully getting his personal demons, in check and in order, so that we can still enjoy him for as long as his career lasts. Because he's got a title right now. It's Russia and Ukraine at light heavy. We've got a couple guys coming up with Marcus Brown and a lot of these guys. It's a lot of fun matchups, especially now that we don't have to deal with the whole, Stevenson, Canada, almost like that, they're being held hostage for as long as he's had it.
I agree. What do you want for Kovalev next? What unification really interests you the most?
I think the one to make, definitely for me at least, would probably be with Vozdik. And if he wants maybe a gimme fight, I think a good gimme fight would probably be one with Artur BF. Not as popular, but I definitely think Kovalev handles them as well as he did Alvarez, especially as a taller fighter in this fight.
I agree. Scorecards, hold on.
Judge at ringside, Lisa Jampa sees it at 120-108. All three in favor of the winner. Regaining his title, now the 3-time WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Crusher.
2 scorecards of 116 and 112, and 1 scorecard of 120, 108. I don't know how somebody gave Alvarez 4 rounds. That's insane. Santiago, any more thoughts on this fight? Kovalev, what's next? Anything like that?
Nah, at this point for Alvarez, back to the drawing board. See where he went wrong, try to work on things that did work for him in the first fight. And as for Kovalev, he's earned himself a gimme fight, in my opinion. 2 knockout losses. It's going to be interesting to see, because we have a lot of good matchups at light heavy right now with the title list that we do have. A lot of young blood, Mountain Bloods. With Kovalev being a 3-time, he's the veteran of the group too.
Absolutely agree. Thank you for the call, Santiago, and thank you for obviously tuning in. We're going to head out of here, ladies and gentlemen, because it is late. It's 11 o'clock West Coast. It's like 2 a.m. East Coast time. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be back tomorrow to review all of the fights, all of the weekend's action, in depth, live and free for everyone listening on YouTube. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. If you're listening on podcast, drop that 5-star review. Head over to patreon.com/Mixed Combat Radio. This has been Mixed Combat, like I said, Radio. I'm Matt Tipster Hunter. You can find me at Matt Hunter, MCR, all platform. And have a great night. Stay safe, and don't drink and drive. Peace.